I suppose the thing that I've done that I'm most proud of is launching a couple of fringe theatres, the King's Head at Islington and the Bush at Shepherd's Bush, which I'm told between them, I mean the idea was, back in the 60s I started this company called the Alternative Theatre Company, and the idea was that there were lots and lots of talented actors and writers who just couldn't get in, it was like a closed shop. I mean there was a West End and there were certain people that always worked and that was it, and there were lots and lots of talented people that weren't getting a chance, and I thought, well, the only way they can get a chance to work, or we can even get a chance to work, because I was probably more fortunate than most, because I was working a lot and earning quite a lot of money at that time, basically in television, and I thought, well, surely the answer would be to start lots of small places where people would work, try, experiment, fail, whatever, and I thought, there's lots of rooms above pubs and places like that. And in those days it was called experimental theatre. And so I started this company called the Alternative Theatre. And the idea was to start alternative venues where people would work. And hopefully, that work, people would come and see it and then they could. And it worked really beyond the wildest dreams, because I was very lucky. The first thing I got involved with was a place called the King's Head, which was going bankrupt, and managed to put this show on and turned it around so that it, from being an absolute failure, it became so successful it was embarrassing. And top actors and directors and critics and people flocked in, and the finances of the thing went through the roof, and the brewers came round and asked me if I'd do it again, basically, and so I sort of started. I said, yeah, I suppose so, because that's the point, And he started offering me lots and lots of venues all over London, and when I think of some of them now, I think, oh God, but I don't know, there was something. I wanted to try and say that if even an idiot like me can do it, let's all do it. Please, come on, let's all get on the case and do it. I wanted them tons and tons of fringe theatres, experimental theatres, alternative theatres, call them what you like, little places where people got together and did their thing. And they kept saying this place would never work. No one could make that work, and it was in a very bad part of town. And it was called the Bush Hotel in Shepherd's Bush Green, and a very, very rough fighting and razors and sawdust on the floor and blood in the sawdust regular basis. And so I said, yeah, let's do that one, and it was quite a small venue, and it's almost impossible, but anyway, it's become, now they call it Europe's cauldron of talent or something like that, and there's hundreds and hundreds of famous writers and actors and stars who started there, including people like Victoria Wood, who was working there, and somebody said, can you write, and gave her a typewriter, and for the first time she thought of started to write, Victoria Wood, and people, lots and lots of very, very famous people. And somebody said that through my efforts, in the theatres that one had created, because lots of others, less successful and horrendously unsuccessful, but over the years, through my efforts indirectly, we managed to employ the equivalent of the entire membership of Equity, which is about 50,000-60,000 people. So I suppose that is my achievement.